Hello Jack, hello everyone, and welcome to another Father's Favourite Films. For this episode we're going to take you through our favourite films for 2017. Now this isn't a top 10 list because I find those rather restrictive. I can't tell you that action film is better than that comedy, as it's very subjective as to what films you enjoy. So in order of release, here are our favourite films of 2017.
Don't worry. He's not allowed to touch you. He knows what you're here for. He listens to me.
My name's Hedwig.
How old are you?
9.
I've never seen a case.
A psychological thriller, James McAvoy gets to show off his range as a man with split personalities.
Who are you? Help me get out of here, Hedwig.
You trying to trick me? I'll tell on you.
Aren't you the clever one?
An individual with multiple personalities can change their body chemistry with their thoughts.
Someone's coming for you.
Who's coming?
The beast.
This loosely ties in with one of M. Night's earlier films with a similar style. So if you liked his films like The Sixth Sense or Unbreakable, then you'll probably enjoy this.
He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.
It must be great to be Batman.
Batman, we love you!
Thank you. I'm blushing super hard under the mask.
Batman!
Prego.
Thanks, Batman!
I can only imagine he's going home right now to party the night away, surrounded by friends and lady activewear models.
Hey, computer. I'm home. I'm home. I'm home.
Well, maybe not as good as the Lego Movie. This is still a fun film with great animation and full of pop culture references, and kids will certainly enjoy.
I love it, but his pants are just a little tight. I got an idea. It's better.
I can only look you in the eyes right now. Let's go defeat the Joker.
Woo! We're going on a family trip. I can wear my costume too.
Well, luckily for us, you left your costume back. Oh, no, under your clothes. That's perfect.
Accounts payable, how may I help you?
I'd like to open an account.
Name on the account?
John Wick.
The contract has gone international.
You have no idea what's coming.
John Wick 2 expands on the world of assassins from the first film, and as with the first film, the action sequences are second to none.
You stabbed the devil in the back. To him, this isn't vengeance. This is justice.
Put a little purple. Put a little purple.
Charles, the world is not the same as it was. Mutants. They're gone now. I hurt myself today.
Hugh Jackman has played Wolverine for over 17 years across 9 films, and this film serves as a fond farewell to Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart from the X-Men universe. This is a much more intimate film from other X-Men films with an 18 rating that serves to highlight Wolverine's character.
I am still right here, and you could have it all. My empire of dirt.
Though it is significantly different from the previous X-Men films, if you enjoyed them, you owe it to Jackman, Stewart and yourself to give this one a watch.
I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Logan, you still have time.
It's the one who say listen to the music all the time?
Is he mental?
Mental meaning slow. Was he slow?
No.
great crime film from Shaun of the Dead director Edgar Wright.
He had an accident when he was a kid. Still has a hum in the drum. Plays music to drown it out. And that's what makes him the best.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
A good heist film on its own, but raised to another level with much of the action choreographed to the soundtrack.
Said Michael Myers.
This is Mike Myers.
It should be the Halloween mask.
This is a Halloween mask.
No, the killer dude from Halloween.
Oh, you mean Jason?
No!
You are the first of your kind, but you're not invulnerable.
Maybe next time you can design me better.
I'm a big fan of the original anime, so while this film does a good job of recreating the cyberpunk universe with some nice nods to the anime itself, the story and character development are lacking. This film waters down the philosophical themes on the nature of the soul and changes Motoko's background to accommodate it. Whether you enjoyed this film or not, I highly recommend checking out the original anime.
You were dying. We saved you. And now you save others.
Words like violence break the silence. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here.
I don't know who to trust.
You trust me, right?
I know I have a past. I'll find out who I was.
I think I found my team.
This should be interesting.
You want to play like that?
Continuing the increasing ridiculousness of the Fast and Furious franchise, this is a good film for just turning off your brain and enjoying. And it had me in stitches at Jason Statham's gunfight while carrying a baby.
Oh, it took longer than I expected.
Oh, shit! We're gonna need a bigger truck.
Don't push this button. Because that will set off the bomb immediately and we'll all be dead. Now repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone. Try again.
I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
No!
A worthy sequel exploring Quill's origins with more pop culture reference and brilliant soundtrack. With a great opening set to Electric Light Orchestra's Mr. Blue Skies and Yondu's arrow scene set to come a little bit closer. If you enjoyed Guardians 2, I recommend you check out How It Should Have Ended's parody, Here Comes My Arrow.
That's a really bad sign.
Everyone back on Earth is really grateful for your hard work, and your courage. We're making history here.
An okay sequel to Prometheus, exploring the Xenomorph's origins, and if nothing else will make you more appreciative of Prometheus.
Hey, baby, just calm down, sweetheart, calm down.
Tell me to calm down.
You're breaking up.
Wonder Woman origin story and a good superhero movie, and probably the best of the DC cinematic universe so far.
Does Liz get a new top? No, we've seen that before. Never with that skirt.
Should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though. Too late. You guys are losers.
Another Spider-Man reboot to bring it in line with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While it wisely skips the whole radioactive spider, Uncle Ben with great power comes responsibility stuff, this is still Peter Parker's schoolboy again, and doesn't really cover any new ground on this front.
Listen, I know school sucks.
Peter, you still with us?
Yeah.
I know you want to save the world, but you're not ready yet.
But once it finds its footing, this is an enjoyable Marvel movie and sets it up nicely for sequels and the Avengers.
Oh, that was awesome.
Lorraine Broughton, an expert in escape and evasion. Proficient in intelligence collection.
Let's cut the crap, shall we?
And hand-to-hand combat. It's an impressive set of skills.
Talents can be overrated.
Charlize Theron kicks ass in this spy thriller alongside James McAvoy, with a new wave synth-pop style and 80s soundtrack. You can tell Theron put in the effort, training with Keanu Reeves to provide action sequences on par with the John Wick films.
So you made contact with the French operative?
Obviously.
And while the plot can be a bit convoluted and hard to follow with double and triple crossing all over the place, I think I'd actually rather see Atomic Blonde 2 than I would another James Bond film.
She's a killer queen.
Eggsy, I saw in you what someone once saw in me. Something that can't be taught. The makings of a Kingsman.
We previously reviewed this when it was released in cinemas, and while maybe not as good as the first, is an enjoyable film, and probably as a sequel is better than most. And thankfully, Channing Tatum doesn't have as much screen time as the trailer suggested.
Oh my God. Harry?
Asgard is dead. And it'll be reborn in my image. I thought you'd be glad to see me.
Another good Marvel movie, though the main plot with Hela can be a bit lackluster. But the interactions between Thor, Loki, Banner and Korg really make up for it, and easily makes Ragnarok my favourite of the standalone Thor films.
What were you the god of again?
Many say that the Marvel films are better than the DC films, and on the whole I tend to agree. But I feel that the DC films are geared towards a slightly more mature audience with a darker and grittier style. So while Justice League may not compare when held up against something like Avengers Assemble, I still quite enjoyed it, and I'm far happier having a Marvel and a DC cinematic universe than I would just the one. And Jason Momoa did a good job of making Aquaman out to be an absolute badass.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free.
My turn.
Come together. Right now. Come together.
found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
While cinematography and special effects are beautiful with some lovely visuals, for me this was a terrible disappointment. With the main plot of one fleet chasing the other that feels like an inferior rip-off of Battlestar Galactica, and plot lines introduced in The Force Awakens either ignored or abruptly cut short in the most disappointing way.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
There are elements I enjoyed, and this probably would have worked well as a standalone film, but as the second film in a trilogy, this feels inconsistent.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on!
I'm really hoping that the third film can somehow save this and provide a satisfying conclusion.
Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
There are also a number of films released 2017 that I have not yet had a chance to watch, but are on my list of films to check out. So that was our list for 2017, but did you have a favourite film of the year? Or was there a film that you would recommend checking out that wasn't on our list? Let us know in the comments, and if you like, you can check out some of our previous videos here, or you can subscribe here, and we will see you next time.